the hell kind of music is that?
That's amazing.
Hey, by the way, this is the D block, and I feel like Rosa Parks. I'm moving on up now, and this is good. I've always said President Obama is a wise, wise man, and now I have confirmation. See, last night he agreed with me on Occupy Wall Street protesters. Take a look at this.
I understand the frustrations that are being expressed in those protests. In some ways, they're not that different from some of the protests that we saw coming from the Tea Party, both on the left and the right. I think people feel separated from their government. They feel that their institutions aren't looking out for them.
Yeah, compared him.
You're right. He has gotten great.
Yeah, stressful job.
I think if we witnessed when we finally were able to get some footage of the Tea Party protests during the congressional recesses, which showed people out of control, shouting people down, pushing them out of the way.
Stealing
he's exactly right. It's exactly right. You've got on the far right, you have the Tea Party. On the far left, there are some aspects of the Wall Street group that are.
That's unfair.
No. What's unfair is to call everybody down there communists.
These communist Nazi.
I haven't called the Tea Party people fascists.
Smoking, sex-addicted morons. And you compare them to the Tea Party.
See, that's what I mean. You're sitting here and you give me heat because I say things about Tea Party, and you make an outrageous statement like that. It would be like me saying there are a bunch of Nazis at the Tea Party.
Nazi talk is off limits for all of us.
Yeah, well,
not until we're at a bar. Can I just say, can I break in and say why Obama is right and why he's wrong? He's right in that they're expressing anger about the direction. Right. Why he's wrong is that the Tea Parties want less government. OWS wants more.
More
TP believes in the Constitution. The organizers of OWS, they want to change things. They don't like our system. They want to dismantle it. They are organized by ad busters. And the Tea Parties, they don't rob each other at night. OWS does. These are all things. And then the worst part, I got to say, the media is acting as a PR team for Occupy Wall Street. They did the same thing for Obama when he was running for president. They're doing it now.
And they didn't do it for the Tea Party.
They didn't do it for the Tea Party. Are you kidding me? They made the Tea Party.
What are you talking about? They were not.
First of all, on your show, all you did was run about the Tea Party, if I remember right.
Because I happened to sign on to the smaller government. Do you realize that a Democratic pollster, Doug Schoen, who walks around this building once in a while, polled these guys. 85% of them have jobs. 50%, 49 to 51% thought that the right way to do bailouts were necessary. Bank bailouts were necessary. Now you hear these yo-yos going, down with capitalism. Too big to fail sucks.
They're against TARP.
Fighting for.
They're against TARP. The Tea Party's against TARP.
Right.
They're against the Fed. The Tea Party's against the Fed. Now, I'm not so sure we're talking about distinctly different things here. But if you will agree with me from here on out to stop calling these people communists, because you're going to start to get me back into my position about Tea Party when I've been trying to be good about it.
Last word, I promised to shut my mouth. The rest of the block, they 52% have been part of a movement before. 98% support civil disobedience, and this one, 31, a third of those yo-yos think that using violence is okay to promote their agenda.
100% of people should support civil disobedience. That's what the entire Constitution of the United States is about.
These two groups couldn't be more different, okay? It was
the Howard Stern.
It was artful of Obama to kind of put it together.
Just said we should get to Howard Stern, who was one of the great bums of all time. And why were we even spending a breath with this son of a bitch? I don't know. But
what do you know?
Why don't I like him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, never mind.
Something happened?
No, that may have been something. Nah, I guess. But listen, he sent some people down there, and they did some interviews. And, of course, what they did, the same thing that you guys do, is you pick out one or two examples.
Or 100.
And then you say, this resembles everybody down here, which is ridiculous. So let's take a listen to what Howie and his punks found out down on Wall Street.
Do you think it makes more sense to get a job than to waste your time sitting around here?
Working for the boss. I'd rather make my own money.
Spoken like a true child.
We all just ration out, you know.
Like in Russia.
I like to live life more like commie socialist. It's up how we have to slave in order to live.
Yeah. That slaving is really sucky. There's a lot of filthy, dirty hippies hanging around who have no clue what's going on whatsoever in the world.
Hey, Howard, cut your damn hair, will you, man? Stop talking about dirty, sleazy hippies, man.
Can I
He's like ranting over here.
Here's what I think. I think that the more people see what's going on down there, the more disturbed they are by it. It's the inverse of what happened with the Tea Partiers. The more you saw these people, you realized they were pretty peaceful.
Then why there's a negative than positive?
There's a big thing that went on. There's an allege of a rape, I believe in Ohio. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows if it's happened or not. But the way the media is treating it is very strange because their first big question is, how will this affect the movement? Not, where is the rapist? The first question is, how do you solve the crime?
Their first question is, are you going to allow people like you and Eric here to take that and assume and make a broad statement that they're all a bunch of rapists?
No,
but if the Tea Party,
I didn't even say the rape happened. I didn't even say it happened.
Okay, all right.
I'm talking about the media.
But the mere mention of it, we don't know if anything happened.
No, he's talking about the focus. So the focus is on how this could be detrimental to the movement instead of focusing on the victim and whether
I didn't focus on the guy with the gun in the Tea Party down there when Obama was giving a speech.
Dana,
everybody seems to have like this. Remember when the police went in and they arrested some of the people for blocking the bridge? Right. Now we have a very serious allegation, and I think that when a woman says that she was raped, like, let's take her serious.
I agree.
Let's investigate. That makes sense. But let's not draw a conclusion. This is somehow a bad.
No, I'm talking about the media treatment of it, Bob. I'm not talking about
focus and angle of the story.
If it were a Tea Partier or a Tea Party that this happened, that you know darn well that mainstream media would have the Tea Party as they already have them as racist. They'd have them as rapists too.
I think the mainstream media went into the tank when they refused to make a big deal out of that guy with his guns down there in the Tea Party when Obama was down in Arizona. They covered that up.
Didn't MSNBC cover that up by making sure you didn't know what his race was?
Well,
why is anything that's anti-Tea Party ridiculous?
You've glamorized this whole thing with Occupy Wall Street and acting like these people are so pure in their motives and unified in what they're trying to do. They can't even decide on whether to have sleeping bags or not. Half of them saying they want to turn this into a socialist communist party and have the country run like that. They want redistribution
that woman on Howie Stern's show said that we don't want this to be like communists in Russia. But anyway, coming up, a feather in Obama's cap and a segment I can get on board with. The rest of them, of course, can't. The Five will be right back.
I was walking